OMG, you will not believe what I found in my garden today. I went out to do some weeding because I thought that my garden was absolutely like overcome with weeds. No, they are plants, like edible plants. I mean, most people would still say they're weeds, but they're like weeds that you can eat. So today I'm going to take you on a tour of the edible plants that I'm finding in my garden and my yard. And following this video, I will have other videos coming up soon where I try out the different edible plants in different ways. So we'll be, in the upcoming weeks, we'll be making teas and trying different plants in the kitchen, in dishes. So it's gonna be awesome. All right, ready to go? First, we're going to talk about red dead nettle. Doesn't sound very good, right? Trust me, it's gonna be amazing. Let's go. So we're here in my garden, surrounded by red dead nettles. So this amazing plant is a red dead nettle. It gets the word red from the fact that the leaves have kind of a purple color. And if you look at it, you'll find that there are 4 rows of leaves. One here, one here, one here, one here. Red dead nettle. So this has medicinal uses. So we're going to take some of these and we're going to dry them. But it also has culinary uses. So we'll be keeping some of these in the refrigerator to try in different dishes. They say that the young ones you can eat raw, and the older ones you can use in the way that you would spinach or mustard greens or other greens. So we'll give that a try and see what we think. But these are really easy to harvest. Let me move you. So basically, we are just going to pinch these off and toss them into a bowl. I wish I had a pretty basket. Then this would look a lot more like wildernessy, right? But yeah, easy peasy. Can you believe that it took less than 11 minutes to fill up this entire bowl? I'll tell you the exact amount of time when I edit the video, but seriously, that's not much time. So I'm going to take these inside and then I'm going to come back and show you the next plant. The next plant that I found in my garden is one that you will have seen a million times and maybe never knew that you could eat. Violets. Here I have all kinds of violets growing on the edge of my fence. Violets are really unique. The leaves are really distinct because they make kind of a spade shaped shape, like the spade on the flower, on the cards, you know? The flowers are also really distinct. Very pretty. I don't notice the smell, maybe they have one. So for beginning foragers, they suggest that you just get the flowers. But leaves also have some uses. Today, I'm just going to gather the flowers because I don't know when I'll have time to actually use the leaves. And they're all over the yard. Not as insane as the red dead nettle that is literally growing in the background of this picture, of this video, but there are a lot of them. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to pluck them off and put them in a paper bag, which I'm going to hold on to carefully because it keeps flying away. Yeah, so we'll pluck off the flower from the stem and put it inside the bag. I'm going to see how many I find in my yard and I'll be right back. Check out all of these flowers. I'm going to take those, put them in my refrigerator, and be back in a minute with a different plant. All right, the next plant that we're going to talk about is one that's totally new to me. And honestly, I don't know a ton about it. And because today is the last sunny day that I am not working until next week sometime, I decided to go ahead and film this without telling you all of the amazing benefits of this plant until I make a video just about it. So let's get started. So you can find this plant in the middle of all of my red dead nettles. And here you can see it a little better, I hope. It's a little hard in this light. And you find them growing in big patches, like, so together they look more like this. And you can eat the flowers, the stems, the leaves, and even the seeds. So all of these are going to go in the bag. This is another plant that there is so much of in my yard. So I don't need to worry about ethical harvesting because these are everywhere. They are not an endangered species. They grow everywhere. So I'm gonna try and fill this bag and then I'll be back. This is an example of one that is growing by itself so that you can see it just a little bit better. But again, we'll talk about it more in a later video. Now, the next plant that I'm going to show you is one that you probably already know about, the dandelion. Everybody has these in our yards, right? But they have a lot of medicinal value. They have a ton of medicinal value. So they're a great plant to harvest, and spring is the perfect time to do it. So we've got our trusty trowel and we're going to dig these little dudes up. We're going to start with one that's right here, and you're going to want to dig deep because they have really impressively deep roots. So even though this is a small plant, I did not get all of the root. We're gonna, oh, it's two. Look at that. Well, I guess it's one. Anyway, we're going to put this in our bag. Oh, I also forgot to show you all of the chickweed I gathered. Chickweed. Now, we've got our dandelion. We're going to put it in the paper bag. Put the dirt back and look for another spot. Now, the dandelions have a lot of uses, and we can use a lot of parts of the plants, including the flowers, the leaves, the roots. Now, I've tried the way that people cook the flowers, and I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan. They usually fry the flowers like you would fry a morel mushroom. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Again, I didn't get all the root. So we're just gonna keep harvesting these. I'll let you know when I'm done and we'll go to the next plant. Okay, before I show you the next plant, I have to show you something else. It's deeply important. Behold my cat. I found a wild flea growing in my yard. That's her name, Flea. Okay, so the next plant that we're going to talk about, and the last one for today, because we're about to run out of light, and I plan to actually dehydrate the red dead nettles tonight. So yeah. So the last plant that I'm going to show you is one that I'm very confused about what to call it. Some people call it wild onion, some call it wild garlic, some call it garlic chives. I don't know what the appropriate name is, but they grow all the time, all over my yard. I'd like to know what to do with them. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Can you see these cute little tiny leaves? So we're going to grab our trowel, which is literally like worse than useless because I can move it with my hands. Bend it and unbend it. but you can sometimes even pull these up with your hands, but some of the time they also break off and then you're sad. So always better to try it with a trowel. Today these are being extra tricky and I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, you can see that these have bulbs like tiny onions or tiny garlic, and there is a really cool Instagram reel that I saw about these. So I'm going to make another video where we try out that reel. So as always, I hope you liked this video. If so, make sure to click the like button, subscribe to this channel. We'll have more videos coming out where I talk about the different herbs that I found today and try different ways to use or preserve them. So I hope this was helpful. Have fun foraging for herbs in whatever area is near you. Bye!